What is up, guys? Rick Kakis here, and this is the guide for the Warpriest challenge mode in the updated 390 light King's Fall raid in the Age of Triumph for Destiny. Right now, the King's Fall is the weekly featured raid, meaning that all three of its challenge modes are active. Completing these challenge modes will give you special rewards. After this week, you can still do the 390 light hard mode King's Fall raid, but it will have rotating challenge modes until it is again the weekly featured raid. Now in this video, we're going to showcase firstly the cool loot you get for doing the challenge mode and how you actually beat this challenge mode. And although the King's Fall challenge modes have been around for a while, for whatever reason I haven't done them. I think they came out when the Division was going strong and I was pretty hard into that, so I thought I would make them for those of you who may need them. So, what do you get for doing this challenge mode? Well, you get a guaranteed Adept Raid primary exotic weapon. And the King's Fall weapons generally aren't that good, but the special thing this time is that this challenge mode we're going to show is incredibly easy. You can drag some friends who are lower light levels through this, just do this challenge mode, especially if you have a checkpoint, and get them some pretty decent, extremely high light level Adept Elemental primaries, which definitely can be good with helping out your low level friends. You also do get a special emblem. You get the Age of Triumph ornaments that you can apply to any of the raid armor. You don't have to use them on the King's Fall armor. So now let's talk about how to actually beat this challenge mode. Well, like I said, it is incredibly easy. All you really need to do is ensure that one person doesn't get the aura more than once. So if you know what that means, you can take that and do the challenge mode. But for those of you who may be confused with the base mechanics, let's go over everything. So, the Warpriest challenge mode and the general Warpriest mechanics. Now to begin, you're going to split your team up into 3 teams of 2. 2 people on the left, 2 people in the middle, and 2 people on the right. Each one of these teams is going to stand near their plate. There's going to be a circular plate on the upper left, in the middle, and on the right. Once everyone is standing on these plates, so someone is standing on the right, left, and middle plate at the same time, that's going to trigger the Warpriest to spawn, and then you're actually going to start this encounter. Now once the Warpriest spawns, there's going to be a bunch of adds you're going to have to deal with. Simply kill them. After a little bit of killing adds, there's going to be Hallowed Knights that spawn. One on the right, one in the middle, and one on the left. Once each team takes down their Hallowed Knights, it's going to start a Glyph sequence, and you can tell this by the words that pop up in the left corner of your screen. Once the Glyph sequence is started, you have to stand on the plates in the correct order. So how do you tell the order? Well, in front of your plates, there's going to be these giant pillars of rock. On the back, they're actually going to glow and give away the order of which you're going to have to stand on these plates. So simply send one person who is on the middle plate to run up where you can kind of see in the background gameplay and look at the backs of these rock pillars. He can very clearly see them glow up and then call out to the team. Alright, left side. The people on the left stand on the plate. Then he goes maybe right side, and then lastly middle. So the last person, only one person needs to be standing on the plate, by the way, but the last person to stand on the plate is going to be the person who gets the aura of the Initiate, and this is also where the challenge mode is based. So for example, the back of the left rock pillar will light up, someone on the left stands on the plate and stays there for the time being. Then the middle will light up, someone from the middle stands on the middle plate, and then finally it will go to the right side, and someone from the right stands on that right plate, and then they are going to get again that aura of the Initiate. If you have an aura, there's going to be down in the left corner of your screen, it'll say that you have the aura, and it'll also give you a time counting down from 10 seconds. You're going to have this red bubble around you. Your entire team is going to want to stick inside this red bubble. You can't damage the Warpriest from outside of it, so your entire team has to huddle together to damage the Warpriest at the same time. If you have the aura of the Initiate and it goes from 10 seconds to 1 second and then to 0, you will die and the aura will pass to another person. Now, how to prevent from dying is killing ads. Technically, you can kill an enemy whenever, and it's going to reset the timer. But obviously, you're going to want the timer to last as long as possible. So you're going to try to kill an enemy at around 2 seconds, just to give you a little bit of a buffer zone. It's going to go back to 10 seconds, restarting the timer, giving your team more time again to damage that Warpriest. So your entire team meets up at a designated spot. My team likes the right side, and bunch up and start damaging the Warpriest. Snipe rifles, in fact the black spindle is probably the best thing you can use on this, but the sleeper simulant definitely isn't bad either. Neither is the Galahorn, but just high damage weapons, snipers, sleeper, galley are going to be excellent for this. As is tether, fantastic, and weapons of light just behind where you're standing. Now, the aura only does have 4 resets, so eventually you will run out of time to damage the Warpriest. When this happens, the Warpriest will call upon the Oculus, and this wipes everyone out who is in the open. So what you need to do to prevent dying on this part is simply stand behind the giant rock pillar that is directly in front of you. It's the same rock pillar that on the back is going to be glowing to give you away where you're supposed to stand. So once you stand behind this pillar, the Oculus will do its thing. It will actually destroy the pillar you're standing behind, in which case next time it's just going to be a glowing object in the middle of the air, very easy to tell where you're supposed to go in what order. But once you do survive the blast from the Oculus, you're simply going to go back to doing what you were doing, kill ads, kill knights, hop on the glyphs on the right order, and then finally damage the Warpriest again. The challenge mode is just that the same person can't have the aura. So, the only problem you're going to encounter here is really that if it's the same place twice, like the last person on the glyph will be the person with the aura. So make sure if it ends on the right twice in a row, that the other team member on the right grabs the aura. That's not the same person grabbing it. Now, if you have any number of powerful weapons, if you have a lot of sleepers, if you have a lot of black spindles, if you have a lot of snipers, whatever, and you're able to take them down to more than halfway the first time, you're likely going to be able to two-phase them. My team really just likes to go to the right side twice in a row and just do 2 damage phases from that same right side. Now, that does mean the second time, if we do fail and it calls upon the Oculus, we will all wipe. So we just don't fail. If you don't damage him enough and you need to go 3 phases, make sure that you're switching locations. Maybe start in the middle and then go to the right side, and then you can go back to the middle or to the right side. You do have a maximum of like 4 times of doing this, because each time it does just melt a pillar and you can just go somewhere else to damage the Warpriest. And so guys, that is really it for this entire encounter and the challenge mode guide. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. And if you guys want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickKakis. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.